It wasn't a walk in the park, but it was doable. The application process itself can be very stressful. Writing your personal statement and other essays, requesting your letter of recommendation, and every other thing involved. Quick disclaimer, I'll be talking about this from the grad school application perspective, but if you're applying for undergrad, some of what I talk about might be helpful to you. This video is going to be more of a story time from when I considered applying to Harvard University until when I declined the admission offered to attend Harvard University. I also have a total of three key things. Say three key things fast 10 times. I also have a total of three key things I believe helped me get into Harvard, and I'm going to be sharing them throughout this video. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back to our favorite corner of the internet. And if you're new, hi, I'm Khaulat, and I love visiting interesting places and talking about personal development. Today I'm at the Youth Development Center at OPL in Abeokuta. It's so hot. It was last year, October or November, that I decided to apply to Harvard. Before then, I had plans to only apply to Stanford University. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I applied to Stanford University with that intention. And that brings me to the first point: clarity. Knowing exactly what you want to do in the institution and how you plan to go about it would help you and the admissions committee understand why you deserve to be there. You can see I said you. It's not just about wanting to go to an Ivy League, it's about why you want to go there. Let me bring out the career coach Khaulat and give you some coaching. What you're looking for might not be at Harvard or any other Ivy League, and that's okay. You really need to take your time and think deeply. What experiences do you currently have? What knowledge do you have currently? What have you done that makes you unique? There's a lot you could do and learn in the next few years that would pay off greatly in the long run. Even if you end up wanting to apply to an Ivy League, you understand why you're applying to one. You know exactly why you're applying to one. And that will in turn help you better maximize the opportunities while you're there. If you don't have clarity and you fortunately end up being accepted, it might not have a major impact on your life. It might just mean you went to school. You would have no idea where to look because you don't know what you're looking for. This is because you're ignorant. An opportunity could be glaring right in front of you and you won't even be able to recognize it. I'll tell you more about my background in the second point. First, I want to tell you about the Evolve community, which is a community for people like you and me who are interested in becoming the better and best versions of ourselves. We understand that the journey is the most important part and learning from our mistakes is golden. Link to join the waitlist is in the description. I mentioned that I only wanted to apply to Stanford. The reason that I decided to apply to Harvard was because I spoke to a friend, Steven, who was also applying to US schools for graduate studies, and he mentioned that he was applying to 10 schools. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm being stupid, I should apply to a second school. So I applied to Harvard. Don't be like me. Now that I think about it, it was really still a very stupid decision to apply to only Stanford and Harvard. At the time though, I think going to graduate school wasn't the top of my priority in a way. Like, I wasn't crazy about it, but it was like, oh, if it comes, great, but if it doesn't, fine. So I think that was the energy I took in. But if you really want to apply to grad school, if you really want to get into grad school, definitely apply to multiple schools. Steven also got into his dream school for a PhD in computer science at the Carnegie Mellon University, that's CMU. So it's considered the top school or the best school in computer science, which is really awesome. I'll be talking to Steven about our application and everything, how to get into top US schools in another video. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely subscribe and set your notifications to all videos, because that's the only way you get notified about any video I upload. And I have a feeling you'd enjoy all my other content beyond my grad school series, so definitely check out my channel after watching this video. The second thing I believe helped me get in was my track record. I thought I'll tell you about my background. I studied mechatronics engineering during my undergraduate studies, but I got very interested in data science and machine learning along the way. This led me to founding a community called AI Abeokuta for AI practitioners and enthusiasts in the city of Abeokuta to network, connect, and learn. I was heavily involved in teaching AI to the community members and organizing various workshops with other top practitioners. However, when the pandemic hit, I decided to take my lessons online, and now I have 3 courses online with over 20,000 learners around data science and machine learning. I was also involved in the computer science department at the University of Oxford, where I was researching reinforcement learning and its application to autonomous driving. This was very interesting research, like being involved in self-driving cars and all of that. So cool. I was learning a lot, but then the pandemic hit in 2020, and I was getting an influx of messages and requests from fellow students, members of the AI Abeokuta community, people generally asking me for guidance and assistance with their careers, and what they could do in tech, how they could get started, how to get jobs and things like that. And then I decided to start career coaching. So that was when I was coaching individuals one-on-one on their tech careers, and it was really, really interesting and exciting because a lot of people would get back to me with positive feedback, and I thought, oh, why don't I just do this? And that was how I took a break from AI research and decided to found my now company called Diversity. If you're still with me, this whole story is leading to how I got into Stanford. In between building my company, I decided to take my first formal job because I was a recent graduate. I wanted to experience what having a formal job felt like. I ended up quitting after 6 months and registered my company to focus on it full time. A few months in, I recognized a major challenge. Most job seekers find it hard to recognize their skill gaps in order to be job ready or be qualified for the jobs that you're trying to apply for. And the only way to solve this was through traditional one-on-one coaching, which I was not interested in doing because it wasn't very scalable anymore. Like how many people could I talk to one-on-one and help? So I thought there's a better way for me to help more people and in a more effective way, and combine my background in machine learning research and education. So I decided, okay, I'm going to find programs that I could study to be an interesting way to also bag an advanced degree and just open up to a new cycle and new experiences. So I was looking for programs and the top schools on my mind was, the top school was Stanford. Harvard came in later, but Stanford was really where I was looking at because it's kind of like the AI hub of the world right now. There's the human-centered AI center that I am so excited about and all the awesome people that I'll get to meet. There's Andrew Ng, there's Fefeli, there's a lot of very interesting people in the technology space that I was excited about. So I was like, oh yeah, Stanford is it for me. So that was all what drove me to apply to Stanford University. And this tied back to the first point. I had clarity. I was going to Stanford to study something specific with an actual use case. I might end up getting there and doing something completely different, but I had clarity while heading there of what I want to do, and that is all that matters when you're applying. The third and most important point is to clearly articulate how you would contribute to the department or school. It's almost like a what you bring to the table kind of thing. In everything, you always want to provide value. Do your research on the department. What is something that they're currently lacking? What unique skill sets do you bring that would make the department better? How does your presence there impact the community? These are all things you want to tie into your personal statement. A few months after applying, I got my acceptance offer from Harvard University. I sent in my application very late. I think on the last day was on the 6th of July. 6th of January, I think. And I got my response on my acceptance letter on the 3rd of March. so it was pretty quick. I ended up declining the admission offer, which part of me is still partially sad about. I was thinking about ways I could do both of them because I had this one conversation with somebody and I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe I would defer Harvard, do Stanford, go and do Harvard, or defer Stanford and do Harvard later, you know, stop, something like that. And I just realized that I just needed to let go. So I let go of Harvard. I sent in my letter, you know, kindly declining the really wonderful offer for admission because I could only go to one school. I've talked about the details of declining this offer in this video, so definitely check it out after this if that's something you're interested in. I'm not going to end this video without saying you don't always have to know what you want. I didn't always know what I wanted, and up till now, I still don't have clarity on every single detail in my life. But what I know is if I have a goal, I kind of define a plan and actionable steps to get there. And that's what you would want to do and the quality you would want to embed in everything that you're doing. Don't feel pressured to do anything because of society or other people's decisions. Even me. Focus on your own journey and the life you want to build for yourself. Also, don't forget to find peace while at it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments and I'll consider making a follow-up video to this. In the meantime, check out my grad school series and catch up on other videos about grad school, and also check out the home tab for all the other kind of contents I create here. Ciao!